The first step in the creative process is one students sometimes don't find very exciting, but it is really an important step. Some professional designers would tell you it's the most important step. I tend to agree with them. Well, what is that step? That step is research. It is you taking the time to do research to get information about the product you're trying to sell, the company that's selling it, the competition, who else is selling the product and how are they trying to communicate, the industry itself, what's going on in the industry. So take, for example, you have a client that manufactures skateboards. The research part of your job is to figure out what is good about their skateboard, what is good about their client, what is good or bad about the other skateboard companies and other skateboards, what is happening in the industry, and what kind of person is the kind of person who is going to buy your skateboard. All of that, as a graphic designer, you have to do research on to figure out who it is you're trying to communicate to, how they like to be communicated to, and what you're trying to say to them. And this is done through research. And the idea of research is to fill your brain with information that is relevant to your assignment. That is your job. You keep filling your brain with information about the product and the service and the company and all of that and the target audience. You fill your brain with all this stuff, then when it comes time to be creative, when it comes time to do brainstorming, when it comes time to let it all out, you have something in there to start with. That's what research is. Basically, research is filling your brain with stuff, information about what you're trying to accomplish in order to later shake it all and let it come out and put it together in different ways and come up with a creative idea. So the real important part of research, or I should say, if you don't do research, you don't have anything to work with. You don't have any way to be creative. That's why it's so important. You have to fill your brain, shake it all around, and then let it come flowing out. And that basically is the creative process. Now there's more detail to it and there's more work involved, but that's what we're trying to accomplish. And the first part of that is the research, filling your brain with stuff. So your first assignment in the creative process is, guess what? You're gonna do some research. You're gonna do some research on a company and you're gonna do some research on a product. It happens to be chocolate. So you're going to do some research and you're going to come up with some ideas later on how to communicate the message that this chocolate company is going to want you to communicate. So start out with research, take your time, do really good research, find nuggets of information. The more obscure information you can find, the better it's going to be, because that's what we use to come up with creative ideas. So don't just do 5 minutes and stop. Take some time, really try to understand the company and the product and the audience. Okay, have at it.